Hi, how are you? Welcome to Aprendo en Casa. I am teacher Laura Reales Ballestero, and today we are going to have our last 10th grade lesson of this 2020 school year. Let me tell you that we are going to write about sustainable practices at home, especially when we are preparing our Christmas celebrations. Okay, so as always, I hope we enjoyed and learned a lot together. Remember to invite your family to participate with us. Before beginning our lesson, let's watch Paola's video. She has something nice to share with us. Okay, so let's watch to Paola.
Welcome. Today's video starts with a tough question. Well, depending on your answer. If I were to ask you, what are you doing for the earth? What will your answer be? Let's play a do you challenge. I ask, you answer yes or no. Do you often buy new clothes? Do you recycle? Do you use other means of transportation like cycling, walking, or public transport? Do you always forget your reusable bag when grocery shopping? Do you usually buy drinks that come in plastic bottles? Are you committed to being green as you think you are? Sometimes it may seem like one person can't make a difference, but it's not just one person. It's thousands of people from all over the world. Can you think about some of less eco-friendly practices at home? How could you improve them? Maybe you can find a reason that motivates you to be eco-friendly. In my case, for example, I decided to start my green journey because of all the effects our actions are having on animals. Some might do it for the earth itself, and others might do it for the future generations. The point is, this is a big effort, and the more we are, the better. I hope I have convinced you to join the green side. See you next time. Bye, guys.
So let's get ready. For this class, we are going to need some materials. Okay, so we are going to use a pencil, or if you want, you can choose a pen, okay, whatever you prefer. You are going to need also some sheets of paper, or if you prefer, you can use your English notebook, okay? And look for the sharpener and the eraser too. Okay, now that we have all the materials, I'm going to give you some very good reminders for today's lesson. Okay, so remember, you have to try to look for a quiet place, okay? You have to avoid loud noises, okay? And you have to make sure you feel very comfortable in the place. Maybe you can choose the place where you always complete your self-study guides. Okay, so now we are going to see what is the lesson about. What are we going to do today? Okay, so let's see. In today's lesson, we will identify events and important details to write an expository paragraph about sustainable practices at home for Christmas. And we are going to follow the writing process. That it includes plan, draft, revise, and edit. Okay, so these are the most important things that we are going to study today. Okay, so Christmas parties are very close. We are getting ready for this celebration. So let's review some practices that are common among Costa Ricans because we want to write an expository paragraph to be published on a website, okay? So first, let's check on what you think about each of these practices from an environmental perspective. Okay, we are going to see some practices and we are going to talk a little bit about it. Okay, so the first, you are going to read these practices here. Okay, so the first one is shopping for the latest clothes and fashion. Okay, shopping for the latest clothes and fashion. What can you tell me about? Okay, what do you do during Christmas? You go shopping, right? And you always go to look for the latest fashion. Okay, so for the latest clothes and fashion. That's right. You don't buy something that is old, right? Most of the time. Okay, so now we are going to see the second. That is recycling. Okay, here you have recycling. Do you recycle in your house? What do you do? Do you have different trash cans? One for plastic, another for paper, another for carton, and those things? Do you do that? Think about. Okay, and the other is buying eco-friendly products. Did you buy eco-friendly products? Now we have many things that people made with eco-friendly products. So the idea is that you spend your money in this kind of products, okay? And the last one is using plastic tableware for parties, okay? Did you use plastic tableware? The idea is that you use something that you can reuse, okay? Not to eliminate, okay? So because it's something that you can recycle or you can reuse, okay? So that's nice. Think about this, okay? Now let's look at these pictures, please. Okay, here. So it says, what do these pictures represent? Okay, pay attention to these pictures that you have there. What do these pictures represent? Think about it. Yes, they represent everyday sustainable practices, something that we must do every day, okay? Everyday sustainable practices. Very good. Then we have another question that it says, what do they have in common? Take a look again to the pictures. What do they have in common? Tell me. Exactly. Among others, these are actions that we can do every day to care of the environment. Okay? Among others, these are actions that we can do every day to take care of the environment. It's something very important, remember. And finally, what sustainable practices do you see in these pictures? Think about it. Exactly, recycling. Okay, recycling, you can recycle all the products that you use at home, okay, plastic, paper. Then you have unplugging devices and decorations, for example, Christmas lights when not in use. It's very important to do that. And shopping with cloth bags. Do you use cloth bags? Remember that we have to avoid using plastic bags. We are going to use now the cloth bags. Okay, very good. Now, our task for today's lesson is about how do we write an expository paragraph, okay? So we are going to see some steps to make an expository paragraph, okay? So let's begin with this. It says that in an expository paragraph, okay, we appeal to the senses. So how do we write an expository paragraph? We appeal to the senses. Okay, so we see, we smell, we touch, we taste, and we feel. Okay? Don't forget that because it's very important to make an expository paragraph. Now, An expository paragraph has the same structures of any other paragraph. How? It has topic sentence, supporting details, and conclusion. Okay, repeat. What is the structure of an expository paragraph? Okay, it has topic sentence, supporting details, and conclusion. Okay, so there you have. Remember that you have to take notes because we are going to write an expository paragraph. Okay, so now before we write our paragraph today, let's review some vocabulary. Okay, so there you have some pictures and we are going to review some vocabulary. I'm going to show you the words and you are going to repeat after me. Okay? Sustainable. Okay, repeat. Sustainable. Eco-friendly. Eco-friendly. Waste. Waste. Environment. Environment. Reusable. Reusable. And the last one, recycle. Okay, so remember this is very important vocabulary to make the paragraph about sustainable practices. Sustainable, eco-friendly, waste, environment, reusable, and recycle. Okay, very good. To begin our planning part, okay, to begin our planning part, we will see some ways to have a green Christmas, okay? I want you to take notes about these ways that you'll see on the next slide, okay? So think about these questions first. We are going to see some questions here, and you are going to think about it, okay? So the first question is, what can we do with the wraps from other gifts? Remember, what can we do with the wraps from other gifts? Remember to take notes because you have to answer these questions, okay? So what can we do with the wraps from the other gifts? And the other question is, what kind of gifts can we buy to help the environment? What kind of gifts can we buy to help the environment? Okay, so we are going to see the next slide. Okay, so pay attention. Ways to have a green Christmas. Buy cards made with seed paper. Buy eco-friendly gifts. Buy plastic or free wraps. Reuse everything. Wrap gifts in fabric or with recycled papers. Okay, so now let's check the answers about the questions that you already watched. Okay, so remember that the first question was, what can we do with the wraps from other gifts? Recycle to use them later to wrap other presents. Very good. That's right. That's correct. And the other question was, what kind of gifts can we buy to help the environment? Okay, so what kind of gifts? Eco-friendly gifts. That's right. Very good. Okay, so now that we saw these ways to have a green Christmas, we have some ideas. So we can write them in a graphic organizer to plan what we are going to write. Remember that it's important that you always make a graphic organizer when you are going to write something. Okay, so let's check this organizer here. Okay. So there you have, we have the topic or the title that is Sustainable Practices at Home During Christmas. Okay, so what are the ideas that we have? First, reuse everything. Second, eco-friendly gifts. Number 3, cards with seed paper. And number 4, wrap with recycled paper. Okay, wrap with recycled paper. So once we have this information, let's start by writing some sentences. We can use the following expressions. Okay, so we can use something like, on the other hand, however, and because. Okay, these are some of the expressions that you can use, but you can use more of them. Okay, so let's think about our topic sentence or main idea. Okay, let's think about that. What do you think about this one? What about this one? How to be sustainable during Christmas. Okay, so according to what we are talking, it can be the main idea or the topic sentence. How to be sustainable during Christmas. Now, let's see the supporting details. What do you think about these supporting details? Use a living Christmas tree. Consider sustainable gifts. Minimize plastic and packaging. And avoiding disposable dinnerware. What do you think about it? That are important, right? There are supporting details from the main idea. Okay, so now let's think about the conclusion. Okay, remember that you have to follow these steps. Main idea, supporting details, and conclusion to write your expository paragraph. Okay, so what about this conclusion? Christmas is a wonderful opportunity to spend time with family and friends, and to reduce waste, to collaborate with our environment. Okay, very good. These all ideas have the same topic, right? They have the main idea, the supporting details, and the conclusions to make a paragraph. Okay, so now it's time to put everything together. So remember, in this stage, we are drafting, okay? Do not worry about being 100% accurate, okay? So remember that this is a draft, okay? So now we are going to put everything together to have our paragraph, okay? So let's see. Okay, so here we have all the paragraph, okay? As you can see, it says, Christmas is a wonderful opportunity to spend time with family and friends. However, it includes meals and gifts with the potential for waste food, unwanted presents, and a great deal of unnecessary wraps. On the other hand, fortunately, minimizing the negative environmental and health impact of these events does not need to be difficult, because there are some tips to help make this festive season a sustainable season. We can use a living Christmas tree. They are 100% biodegradable and easy recycled. We can consider sustainable gifts, minimize waste, and make gifts from recycled materials. It is important to minimize plastic and packaging, avoid straws, and recycle what you can afterwards. We must avoid disposable dinnerware. Plastic plates, cups can be recycled easily. The good news is that there are many alternatives to using disposable dinnerware. Christmas is a wonderful opportunity to spend time with family and friends, and to reduce waste, to collaborate with all our environment. Okay, so as you can see here, we have all the ideas together, but as you can notice, it has some mistakes, okay, because it's part of writing. Okay, so we have some steps. So our next step is to revise and edit our paragraph. Okay, so here is where we look at spelling, grammar, mechanics, and other details to improve. So let's see the process I took to revise and edit. Okay, so here we can see that we have some mistakes. For example, a comma, okay, it's missing a comma. We have a mistake in spelling. We can eliminate some words that are not necessary. We have another spelling mistake, another about space between a sentence and other sentence. Then we have to change a word because we are using a word many times, so we can look for a word that is the same meaning. And some punctuation signs, okay? So here you have all the mistakes, okay? So, well, it seems that our paragraph is ready, okay? So, do you want to see our final product? Okay, so let's read the paragraph with all the corrections, okay? Without any mistakes. So, let's see. Okay, so here you have the correct expository paragraph, and we are going to read it again. Okay, so pay attention because we have to check that it doesn't have any mistake. Okay, so it says, Christmas is a wonderful opportunity to spend time with family and friends. However, it includes meals and gifts with the potential for waste food, unwanted presents, and a great deal of unnecessary wraps. On the other hand, minimizing the negative environmental and health impact of these events does not need to be difficult because there are some tips to help make this festive season a sustainable season. We can use a living Christmas tree. There are 100% biodegradable and easily recycled. We can consider sustainable gifts, minimize waste, and make gifts from recycled material. It is important to reduce plastic and packaging. Avoid straws and recycle what you can afterwards. We must avoid disposable dinnerware. Plastic plates and cups can be recycled easily. The good news is that there are many alternatives to using disposable dinnerware. Christmas is a wonderful opportunity to spend time with family and friends and to reduce waste to collaborate with our environment. Do you see? Very good, students. Now we have our paragraph done. Okay, great job. Now we don't have mistakes and we have a correct expository paragraph. Okay, so let me tell you that now that you are ready for your senior year, it's very important to continue thinking about the decisions you have to make for your life and the career you want to pursue. So let's pay attention to a very important video related to this topic. Okay, so let's watch it.
A mí me gustaría ser ingeniera en informática, administradora de empresas o profesora de ciencias. ¡Qué decisión más importante! Ya debo ir pensando qué quiero estudiar al terminar el cole. Y vos también, porque de esa elección dependerá nuestro camino. Estuve en una sesión de orientación vocacional y me dieron muchos tips que hoy quiero compartirles. Lo primero parece lógico y es respirar hondo y tomárselo con calma. Si nos gustan muchas cosas diferentes o parece que ninguna y nuestros amigos o amigas ya decidieron qué van a estudiar y nosotros seguimos pensando qué queremos hacer, no hay de qué preocuparse. Cada uno tiene su tiempo.
Nos tenemos que dar espacio para elegir con tranquilidad. El otro tip es conocernos. Pensemos qué nos gusta hacer, cuáles son nuestros intereses, habilidades, las materias que nos resultan más fáciles y cuáles nos traen más dificultad. Luego, investiguemos qué cursos o carreras se ofrecen cerca de nuestra comunidad o si no, dónde nos gustaría estudiar. Las carreras tradicionales son las más conocidas. Sin embargo, hay muchísimas más carreras y ocupaciones y otras que vendrán. Hablemos con nuestros familiares o profesionales en orientación para que nos apoyen en este proceso de toma de decisión. La elección de carrera es un proceso personal que implica pensar en el futuro. Nos vemos y sigamos investigando sobre el futuro de nuestra carrera.
Now let's self-evaluate what we did during today's lesson. Okay, so did you pay attention to the class? Yes, very good. Did you follow the steps for the writing process? Excellent. And did you complete the task? Very good. Now let's continue with our learning. Okay, did you identify events? Okay, using the complete sentences? Very good. Did you identify important details to describe events? Very good. And did you organize ideas to describe events? Excellent. Okay, very good. Unfortunately, we have come to the end of Aprendo en Casa lessons for this school year. I hope we can meet soon here again. I would like to thank the team of Aprendo en Casa. Thank you very much. And remember, I am your English teacher, Laura Reales. Okay, so have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Blessings for you and your family. Remember to stay safe, okay? Don't forget that. Thank you for everything. Bye-bye.